Hello, and welcome to Premier Cooking. Today, brand new episode, going in for a little bit of lunch. We're going to be making a classic ham sandwich, except we're missing some things because thankfully, though, we do have all the ingredients for that. So, getting started here, we're going to lay out our bread. We are just going to skip that top piece. Top piece is, it's just so iconic that it's literally a metaphor for unwanted things. There's no better epitome of just being unwanted, really. So, we have our two pieces of bread. You want to make sure you have good, hearty bread. Weak bread is just a recipe for disaster. So, because I'm a bit of a health freak, going to be skipping the mayonnaise. Are these avocados any good? I'm going to say no. You could tell that these avocados are not good because of the fact that they are as hard as a rock and make this sound when they drop. So, we're going to be skipping those. We are going to, however, be using some of this ham. If you are kosher, sorry, but you're missing out. So, just gonna undo this plastic wrap. Always remember to recycle. We will recycle all this a little bit later. So, usually you'd put some sort of sauce down here. We don't have any mayo, but we do have some barbecue sauce. So, we're going to apply that just in nice section. It doesn't need to be perfectly distributed like ketchup here because we are in fact going to smoothing it out with a knife. Right. Perfect distribution there of sauces allows for you to get a little bit in every bite. This is a no-cook sandwich we're going with. You can make a ham sandwich really fancy. Cook up the ham, cook up the lettuce, make it all nice and dandy. However, in this case, it's a bit of a humid day out. Don't really want to fire up any heat, so we're just going to be applying it. Now, there's many different ways to apply the ham. Personally, today, I'm going to be going with the mini cold cut way. Right? It's a bit of a unique method, but it really gives you, like I said, that hearty feeling in each bite, which is what we're going for. So, just going to be putting on, we'll go for one more slice there, just to fill her out. And at this point, we can start thinking about the next layer. Going to put on a piece of cheese because doctor says I don't eat enough dairy. I personally would disagree, but regardless, they're encouraging me to put on some of this stuff. So we'll add on the cheese. Add a nice little layer there. Single piece. We're not gluttons here. And perfect. Now we have a second layer built up. Usually we'd prefer to add lettuce, but in this case, our lettuce is looking a little bit big. So we're going to be putting on just a few pieces of spinach. Right? It's all right if this overflows a little bit, like we said. Hearty sandwich. Get a little snackage there. Finally, the tomato. Not an ideal tomato cutting knife at all. Usually you want them to be pretty sharp. This one is evidenced by the fact that I'm literally cutting it with my hand. Is not. So usually this is a technique that is avoided, but we're using a butter knife and I'm very hungry, so I'm just going to be placing a nice thick hunk already up there. Not really thin slicing, mainly because we don't have a knife capable of that. And we're going to be just putting two thick boys right on top. That'll be perfect. There we go. Looking gorgeous. Placing topping top of the sandwich right there. And some of you may be saying, this looks really crusty and pretty disgusting. It does, but I don't care. A main part of the lunch sandwich is the fact that it isn't really, it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to. That would defeat the purpose of it. Like peanut butter and jelly, let's be real. Who came up with that? Like, there's so many unique combinations and variations that make sandwiches what they are. And when you look at that cross section, it just looks like a mess. So you can't really tell what's in there anyway. Overall, I'm going to have a very strong lunch here. We'll throw on a few strawberries on the plate just because they are in season, and that just looks absolutely divine. I mean, come on, you're telling me you don't want that?